Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel Planet Build, and thanks again for tuning in at Willow Grove. This is part 11, and in today's video we are going to work on a new area. This will be my Celestial Park inspired area, which I'm going to call the Flower Lake Festival. Now, before we're going to do any speed building, I just wanted to show the things that we did so far, the preparations that I did for this area, and where this area actually is going to be within Willow Grove. Now, the first area that we created for Willow Grove is the Light and Fright area over on this side, which holds 2 coasters, a fresh factory restaurant, a small gift shop, 3 flat rides, and a lot of places to sit and get something to eat or drink. The second area was the Neon District area, and this is probably the area I'm most proud of, and probably the most proud of the thing that I built since I started playing Planet Coaster 2. There's so much detail in this area. It's amazing in my opinion. Now, I did a small mini tour on this one, so if you're interested in this area, be sure to check the link top right corner right now to check out the mini tour. But that is not what we're going to focus on in today's video. We're going to focus on working a little bit on our Celestial Park inspired area, the Flower Lake Festival. Now, I did some preparations for this area, mostly putting some pieces together, getting some path work in, seeing how those pieces connect to each other, but also the color scheme on this one. And the idea that I got for this area are 2 flat rides, opposite of each other, one on the right side, one on the left side. I want to create a coaster in the back over here, or if there's enough time, because I only got about 5 or 6 weeks left to complete Willow Grove. It has to be finished before September 1st. I may be going to put in an indoor log flume, but that's probably going to cost me more time than a coaster. And if I also got enough time, I'm going to put in a restaurant in the middle of this lake, which has a 360 view of this area. Now, there will also be a water show over on this area, where I'm going to try and put in a lower level seating where you can enjoy the show. And eventually that show will also run throughout this lake as well. I'm using a lot of these platforms which you see over here to either put on my attractions, my flat rides, or make a viewing point for the guests, just like this one over here. But they can also hold a terrace, or maybe a shop, or a place where you can buy some food and drinks and stuff like that. Now, the idea for the Flower Lake Festival came from, first of all the flowers that I'm going to put into this area, the planters that I'm going to put in, so there will be a lot of nature involved in this area. And the festival idea came from the Food and Wine Festival from the Epcot. So you get the main walkway, which will be in the surroundings of our lake over here, and that will hold a lot of places where you can buy some food, some different types of foods and some drinks. And that's where the idea came from for festival. And eventually I got a junior coaster in the back over here. I did place this blueprint down just to give me an idea how big this area will be, and to make sure that I'm blocking off each view from within the Neon District area. But I'm going to replace this blueprint by a custom coaster, a junior coaster, and that will be the first junior coaster for Willow Grove. And I'm going to connect it to the Flower Lake Festival area as well. Now, one last thing I do need to mention is that there are a lot of round elements in this area, and that's probably going to be the struggle for this area, because there are not a lot of round shapes in the game, so you need to be creative with all the pieces that are in the game. There are some walls within the game, but they're not resizable, and that's what I need for this area. I need some pieces to make sure that I can resize those and reuse them in the rest of the area. And to give you guys an example on how I'm going to create one of these buildings like you see over here, I'm making these in layers so that I can use and reuse all of these pieces for any, I'm going to put it on pause, for any other platforms that I'm going to use in this area as well. And I think that speeds up the process of completing this area. I'm not going to duplicate them and reuse them, but I'm going to use bits and pieces of it, maybe add some other elements to it, and not, to make sure that they're not duplicated and don't look the same, because I just want all those pieces to look different on those platforms. But that eventually helps me creating all these round shaped buildings over here. So I'm not going to make one building, I'm just going to make all these layers to make sure that I'm able to make each platform or each cover for that platform unique. And make sure that they're in the same style as they used in the Celestial Park over at Epic Universe. Like I said, that's going to help me a lot. And if you have any trouble creating these round pieces, the tip that I got is always make sure that you place those pieces in the opposite direction. But when you get a piece where the angle is not in the middle, make sure that it is in the middle, so it's always in a round shape. And that's what helped me a lot. And maybe the biggest tip that I can give you guys is make some layers. That will help you eventually create this round building easily and put it together in pieces like this. Now let's just go ahead and start working for this area. Let's start the speed build. Let's go ahead and put in some planters, some pathways. Let's create the roofing for this attraction over here. And I'll check with you guys in the back of the video again to see what we actually did today. And I think that is a nice start to our new area for Willow Grove, the Flower Lake Festival. We still got a lot of things to do, but I think this is a good start. I got some nice pieces together. I figured out how to create those planters for this area. I got some nice trees and some foliage together. We did those 2 rooftop things over our platforms over here. And I can reuse those and resize those in any way I want, just to create another roof over all the other platforms. So I think in the next 2 videos we should definitely be able to speed up the process of completing this area, but for now I think this is it for today's video. But there's still some things that I'm thinking about whether I'm going to put them in or not. First of all, the fences over here, I'm definitely going to leave those fences on this side over here, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use those on the second level planters on the border over here. Not quite sure if I'm going to do that, and I'm still in doubt about the use of those white rocks here in the water. Maybe I'm going to take them out, maybe I'm going to leave them in. Let me know what you guys think. Should I leave them in or take them out? I'm not quite sure about that one. So still a lot of things to do. Probably going to make some custom lampposts for this area, but everything needs to be thought about because I need to complete this within 5 or 6 weeks. But yeah, quite happy with it. Also trying to experiment a little bit with these circular stomps for the pathways. One thing that would be great in the future, I don't know if it's possible, but it would be great if we can actually resize our stamps which are in the game, and that should give you more options to make some lines within your pathwork. Now I'm just stuck with those small and medium ones because the large ones are actually too large for this area over here. So experimenting a little bit with those, but like I said, quite happy with this view already, and I think this is a nice start for our new area. So hope to see you guys very soon in the next episode of Willow Grove, where we're going to continue work on our Flower Lake Festival area. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.